Hello and good morning. Hope you're well. Don't worry if you hear the clattering of jars and cans in the background. I can just hear the recycling guys just coming down the road. So hope you're doing well. The sun's back out after a little smidgen of rain yesterday. I'm back sitting out in the garden, which is good fun. So here today we're going to continue on Luke 23. And I just want to pick up at what happens to Jesus after his arrest, and particularly about one bit of the story. You can probably hear the tins and the everything going rattling in the background there. So, so Jesus he's just got arrested, and we come into Luke 23, and he goes before Pilate, and then you get this whole situation where Pilate's not going to make a decision, Herod's not going to make a decision. He bounces back, and two between them. And interestingly, when Jesus is accused, he doesn't feel the necessity to justify anything. You know, he allows himself to be ridiculed, and he's even dressed in this elegant robe, made to look like a king, then mocked and ridiculed. And this goes on, and it even says that through this time that Herod and Pilate, verse 12, they actually become friends where previously they'd become enemies. And Pilate, he calls the chief priests, the rulers, and the people. This is what he says to them in verse 14. He says, "You brought me this man as one who's inciting the people to rebellion. I've examined him in your presence and found no basis for your charges against him. Neither has Herod, who has sent him back to us. As you can see, he's done nothing to deserve death. Therefore, I will punish him and then release him." Even that is crazy, isn't it? Because it's like, on one hand, he's saying, well, yeah, he doesn't deserve, he hasn't done anything wrong. And on the other side, he says, well, I'll punish him anyway. Yeah, that doesn't quite add up, does it? But then I want to pick up on this next phrase, which is just an incredible turn in the story, but has a depth of meaning that is just, to me, incredible. It says, so the whole crowd shouted, "Away with this man, release Barabbas to us." And Barabbas had been thrown into prison for an insurrection in the city and for murder. And wanting to release Jesus, Pilate appealed to them again, but they kept shouting, "Crucify him, crucify him." For the third time he spoke to them. "Why? What crime has this man committed? I have found no grounds for the death penalty. Therefore, I will punish him and release him." But with loud shouts, they insistently demanded that he be crucified, and their shouts prevailed. So Pilate decided to grant their demand. He released the man who'd been thrown into prison for insurrection, murder, the one they asked for, and surrendered Jesus to their will. And when you read that horrendous story, and we got this guy that turns up out of nowhere called Barabbas. Now, the intrigue and the interest in Barabbas really comes from his name, and his name means, son of Barabbas, father, son of the father. And so here you've got this image, this picture, this story being played out. You have Jesus, the son of the Father, a man who is without sin, a man who's been doing good as he's walked the earth, a man who's been healing people, setting people free. And here you have another man, Barabbas, son of the Father, who is a murderer, who's clearly involved in violence, and there's clearly reasons why he's in prison. So that on earth, there's this demand to release the son of the Father, in the world sense, to release him and to crucify Jesus, who's son of his heavenly Father. And this picture, it's like, it's such an injustice. It's the wrong way round. It's like, it's unfair. It's not what should happen. It should be Jesus released because he was innocent. But you have overriding this, a plan of God. We have people here that their anger, their issues, their heart has come out and is expressed, their jealousy, their anger towards Jesus because he's turning everything upside down. It's been played out through those people. But the thing that's going on is that Jesus, he came to earth with a purpose. And here we are, the fulfillment of that purpose. As Jesus said, his time has come. But the one that's been released, in some ways you could look at it like this. And you could say, Jesus has come to release the sons of Barabbas. Not just one of us, but he's come to release us all. And so here you have played out on earth the heart of the gospel, the one who's innocent, the one who's without sin, the one who is the Son of God, is going to the cross, and the one who was sinful, the one who in some ways represents the whole of mankind, is set free. That on earth, Barabbas is declared not guilty. And that's a picture of the gospel. The gospel is that we shouldn't be set free. But the gospel is that we are set free. The gospel is that grace is poured out towards us. The gospel is that when we were still in sin, he came and saved us. The gospel is Jesus died and was resurrected to life, that we might no longer be slaves to sin, but we're set free. So in this story, you have this incredible picture in the middle of the pain and the anguish and everything else. A picture that's available not just to us, but to people, to all men. Jesus came to set people free. The Son of God came. The Son of the Heavenly Father came to set us free. Now, today, I want us to grab hold of that. Because, again, if you read on further, you realize that, as Jesus was led away, Simon of Cyrene, he was made to carry the cross on behalf of Jesus. He was made to do something that mankind can't do, but Jesus could do, go to the cross to bring us life. So as we consider today, I want today to just for us to focus with a thankfulness that Jesus came and set us free. Sometimes it's just so important that we stop and we remember what he's done. In the Old Testament, they used to build altars or stone towers of memorial. So every time they went past that way, they would see the pile of stones and they'd know the story attached. And I think for us, there's a place of remembering the story of our lives, remembering key moments, remembering those times when God broke through in different ways, remembering the day of our salvation. So, I know where I was when I prayed the prayer of salvation. In fact, I prayed it many days running. But I also know where I was walking when suddenly I knew without a shadow of doubt God was real and God was interested, God was involved. His presence, his peace was around me. It was an incredible moment. I'll never forget it. There was no one else there, just me walking along. And I was like, wow, he's real. What are the moments in your life? What are the moments that you can remember? Rehearse them and allow your joy, your celebration of who God is to you, who Jesus is to you, to explode to the surface and allow those memories to energize you in your faith. Bless you. Have a great day. Keep remembering what Jesus did for you. Bye for now.